Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Alright, today's video we're going to talk a little bit about something that I think needed to be addressed. A lot of you guys probably have heard about this before on my stream, and usually I would try to correct people on my stream. However, we gotta make a video about this, right? Because this is probably a misconception or a misinformation that's been going on around in the Nikke community for a very long time. Hopefully we can address it once and for all. Because there's a lot of people, a lot of new players, they won't see it, they won't check it, they will just believe it, alright? And people telling them they are just going to believe it. And what am I talking about? This is going to be about Pilgrim banners, alright? So let's talk a little bit about Pilgrim banners and the rates of Pilgrim banners, because something that I hear a lot of people say is regarding Pilgrim banners are the best ones to pull for because you have a higher chance to pull Pilgrim characters. Which is not true at all. So let's talk about it. Now, saying that Pilgrim banners is the best banner to pull ideally for any player because you have a high chance to get Pilgrim characters is very vague. I think a lot of people can misunderstood that sentence or that sentiment as you talking about the other Pilgrim characters as a whole, which can be very confusing sometimes when people tell this to newer players and new players gets confused and they just believe it, right? So hopefully in this video I'm gonna hopefully address this. So let's bring up some of the past live streams, so hopefully you guys, are able to see what I'm trying to say right here. So this is the Red Hood banner, so I'm gonna bring this up. Yeah, this is my live stream that I did on November 2nd, 2023. As you can see, this is the Red Hood banner rates. So what is in this banner, right? You can see we got Heron, Snow White, Noah, Scarlet, Isabel, Rapunzel, Modernia, Dorothy. These are all the Pilgrim characters. So the rates to get the Pilgrim characters, not counting the red up character, in this case Red Hood, right? This is the Red Hood banner. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0.0625%, right? Multiply by 8. So we multiply by 8, it's going to be 0.5%. So basically, what this means is the Red Hood itself, the Pilgrim Red Up character itself is 1% in this case, and the other character collectively, you have a 0.5% chance to get them. So it is a 1.5% collectively because you count the Red Up character, right? So yes, you can say that, yeah, it's true that if you count Red Hood herself, which is 1% in this case, right? Yes, it's higher chance to get Pilgrim, but the truth is the other Pilgrim characters, the rates to obtain them are going to be the same, and there's something that I think people are very confused about, which is why I need to clarify this, because right now, let's show you guys in the Toph banner, alright? Currently, we have this banner, this is the Toph banner, right? So this is not a Pilgrim banner, as you can see, Toph is the red up character, and because Toph is not a Pilgrim character, she has a 2% red up. As opposed to a Pilgrim character, if a Pilgrim character, they are only 1% red up, right? So Toph being a 2% red up means you have a better chance to obtain the red up character. And you can see the other characters here, the other Pilgrims here, are also 0.0625%. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0.0625 times 8, 0.5%, right? So let's go back a little bit back, alright? Because I think people get confused because there are some characters that they get added into the Pilgrim banners over time, and players just get super confused. So let's bring you guys up to further back time, all the way last year. Alright, so this is during the Modernia banner. As you can see, this was streamed live on December 31st, 2022. Holy, that was a while back, eh? So let's have a look. This is the Modernia banner. As you can see, back then, last year, there's no Dorothy yet. There is no Modernia yet. So this is Modernia banner. You can see it's 1% to obtain her. And Heron, Snow White, Noah, Scarlet, Isabel, Rapunzel, alright, 0.0833%. So this is a little bit different, right? This is a higher rate. So multiply by 6, so you get 0.449%. So again, it's literally the chance to obtain Pilgrim has always been the same. It has never changed. It's always 0.5% regardless of what banner you pull on. This is talking about the other Pilgrim characters, right? So as you can see, if you are trying to target a specific off-rate Pilgrim character, you want to pull for Modernia or you want to pull for Scarlet, it doesn't matter what banner you pull, because all their rates, they are going to be the same equally as a whole, right? Obviously, the rates have changed since because there are more Pilgrim characters that have been added since. In fact, it's actually harder to obtain them individually, but collectively, all the Pilgrims are still at 0.5%. Now, this brings to a very important discussion. So a lot of players have been saying, okay, in that case, is it worth it to pull for Pilgrim banners then? Right? Technically, I would say the answer really depends. Now, for Red Hood banner, right, it's still going to be worth it because she's really strong. Alright, so she is a 1% rate up. So you still have a high chance to get Red Hood per se. So that specific rate up is still going to be there. Yes, the other banners are going to be 2%. There's higher chance for you to lose the rate up character, right, compared to the normal one, Tetra, Miscellaneous Edition. Those are going to be 2% rate up. So it can be a little bit taxing, especially if you are a low spender or free to play. Some players have suggested to just straight up use gold tickets. Now, if you're trying to target any other character, let's say you're trying to get Scarlet or Modernia, you shouldn't pull on a Pilgrim banner if you don't care about that particular Pilgrim at all. So this is going to be something that generally I see a lot of players miss the mark in terms of trying to tell other new players what's the best banner to pull for them, right? Yes, Red Hood is, coincidentally, Red Hood was very strong, so I think her banner was definitely worth pulling, and especially if you are rerolling, it's definitely super worth it. However, future Pilgrim banners might not be the same, which is why my recommendation for a lot of players is to always save your gold mileage tickets. And if you guys are not aware, that's going to be this currency right here that can be used to obtain whatever character that you want that's in the red up banner immediately. So this is going to be the PT of this game, right? So you have 200 of this to obtain one character, as you can see, right? One copy of the character. So gold mileage tickets, I do think you should always reserve this for Pilgrim characters exclusively because of their extremely low rate. So I'm sure a lot of you guys pull on Red Hood banner, you know, and you're like, why is it so hard to get her? And you pull on Toph banner, you're like, what? Toph banner? I got like 4 of them in 10 pulls. And yes, the difference between 1% and 2% is probably higher than you think, right? So to sum it up, no, there's no higher chance to get other Pilgrim characters in a Pilgrim banner. Unless you count the rate up character, right? If you don't count them, the rates are always the same. Alright, that's something that I see a lot of players not understand completely. Hopefully, this video clears that up. You know, with that, I hope you guys are more aware of how the banner works and always plan carefully. A lot of players have speculated the next Pilgrim banner, you know, going to be coming in January, February. It's hard to say for sure, but always have the gold mileage tickets prepared just in case. Alright, this is going to be your last resort, and if you really want to pull, especially if you are pre-160 wall, my suggestion is consider pulling on Tetra, Miscellaneous or Edition instead of Pilgrim banners. And Pilgrim banners, you should be focusing on, you know, getting or using the gold mileage tickets. That way it's easier for you to get dupes, which you need multiples of, to get to the limit break 3 of the character, and it's going to be way more efficient in the long run. Alright, so with that being said, that's going to be it for this video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.